welcome back to my channel. I just want to do a quick update because I just got two Blu-rays in the mail that I'm really excited to talk about. They're a first for me and probably a first for a lot of viewers out there who don't know about this label. So let's get right into it. So the two I got are Philadelphia and Leave Her to Heaven. And so both of these are released by Twilight Time. Now what Twilight Time is a small label distributed through ScreenArchives.com. And what they do is they option films from 20th Century Fox and Columbia House through Sony Pictures, and they release films that normally wouldn't get a Blu-ray release because there's not enough demand. They're smaller, maybe a bit more obscure pictures out. So they release small, limited edition batches of 3,000 copies only, which is obviously a very small amount, and so they're very collectible. They're highly sought after, and they're a bit pricier. You're looking at about $29.95 per Blu-ray, and obviously there's no sales because these are so collectible. So yeah, fun fact, check them out. Maybe you'll find something you like in there. And the fact that it's one of 3,000 makes it pretty cool, I think, if it does make it a bit pricier as well. But the two movies I got, so Leave Her to Heaven, it's a 1945 noir movie in Technicolor, which is really cool, and actually won an Oscar for its Technicolor. So fun fact, it's one of Martin Scorsese's favorite films of all time. He actually was one of the guys behind restoring this film. And so basically it stars Jean Tierney. She meets a writer, and they basically fall in love right away while she's engaged. So she breaks the engagement and marries the writer, and it soon becomes apparent to the writer that she is very possessive, and she only wants to spend time with him, nobody else, nobody in her family, nobody in his family, and not even his kid brother who was in the hospital, and he's very fond of. And then things start happening that make him question her, and I don't want to spoil it because it is a noir film, so there's a twist and whatnot, but it's a very good film. I highly recommend you check it out if you like the noir movies. I know it's available on DVD for obviously a lot cheaper, but if you can, get a hold of this. It's pretty cool. It's one of 3,000 copies. Definitely worth checking out. And Philadelphia, which, me and a lot of the people on the Blu-ray.com forums were very surprised to hear that Philadelphia is going to get a limited edition release of 3,000 copies, because it is a pretty popular film with an Academy Award-winning performance, with Tom Hanks, who is known the world around. So it's very strange, but what are you going to do? I'd never seen this film before, and I love Tom Hanks, so I had to get it. So for those of you who don't know, it was released in 1993, directed by Jonathan Demme, and it's one of Tom Hanks' first of back-to-back Oscars. One for this one, 93, and Forrest Gump in 94. So what it stars is Tom Hanks as a lawyer who contracts AIDS, and then he is fired from his job. Now what he does is he goes to Denzel Washington, and he hires him because he wants to sue this lawyer company because he thinks it's wrongful termination, because he was fired for his AIDS, not for his work. So it's one of those films that deals with this issue, and there's kind of ups and downs in the movie, but it's really good. I'm glad I bought it. I've never seen it before, and for the first time I was really impressed with it, and I'm sure it's something I can revisit again. So I'm really happy with this purchase. So the next ones I have, they're not Twilight Time, but they're still very good movies. First one I have here is Behind the Candelabra, directed by Steven Soderbergh. Now, you may not have heard about it as much because it didn't go to theaters, but it does star Michael Douglas and Matt Damon, two huge stars. So the reason why it didn't go to theaters is because essentially Steven Soderbergh was told that it's too gay for cinema, like no one's going to go see it, people are going to be turned off by it. So instead he went to TV. So this is actually technically a TV movie. It was funded and screened on HBO. But it also did go to Cannes, where it was nominated for the Palme d'Or. It didn't win that year, but it's still kind of cool to know that a TV film can go to Cannes and whatnot. So it's about Liberace. Michael Douglas plays Liberace, and he plays him really well. I've seen some videos of him online, and he's got the mannerisms down. But essentially it's a love story between Michael Douglas and Matt Damon. And even though they're gay, it's just a love story. It's basically a relation between both of them and their ups and downs, and how they dealt with their fights and whatnot, and addictions and stuff like that. So it's really good. I love Steven Soderbergh, so I had to get this essentially day one it came out. But definitely recommend you checking it out if you like Steven Soderbergh's work. If if you're a fan of Michael Douglas and Matt Damon, they put great performances. I know they're both nominated for Emmys and Golden Globes, and I know Michael Douglas won a bunch for this role. So check it out; it's really great, worth checking out. The next one I got here, this is a big one. So this is the Alfred Hitchcock box set. So this is the Masterpiece Collection. So I actually got the UK edition. I imported this one because it ended up being cheaper for me. It is region free. So usually here, especially in Canada, you're looking at like $150 to $200 for the collection. With import and with shipping and conversion from pounds to Canadian dollars, I essentially paid $80. So this has 14 movies, I believe. Yeah, and so essentially worked out to be $5 a movie, which is a steal, considering how expensive it is here. The only difference between the UK edition and the American or Canadian edition is this one is missing North by Northwest. But I already own that movie, and it's a separate release, so I wasn't bothered by it, so I had to get it. So I haven't seen any of these yet, but I'm super excited. I love all of Hitchcock's stuff, and it's got all his classics like Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Rope, The Birds, Saboteur and Shadow of a Doubt, The Trouble with Harry, Marnie, Frenzy, Family Plot, Vertigo, Torn Curtain, Topaz Cycle. So it's got 14, all his Universal Studio stuff. Definitely excited to check it out. If you can, and you don't mind, importing it from the UK and waiting a little bit, you can probably get it cheaper than you can in America or Canada. So keep your eye on it if you're interested in this set. So, I think once I tear through this whole box set eventually, I want to do a video, reviewing all these movies and seeing what I think about them, because I have not seen a lot of these ones. I have seen a handful, but definitely excited to check out all these ones. The next and last Blu-ray I got was Hangover 3 a while back. I had the first two. I had to get the third one to complete the set. But I gotta say, I wasn't too impressed with this one. When I first heard about it, I heard they went to Tijuana, and I was excited for the new setting. But on the spoiling thing, they do go back to Vegas, and I was kind of disappointed by that. The jokes didn't hit as hard as the first two, but it's still fun. 90 minutes. Still some stupid jokes in it that I enjoyed. So I'm not too bummed out about it, but definitely not my favorite of the three. Probably the weakest of the three, in my opinion. But if you don't want to use your brain and just sit down for an hour and a half, perfect movie for this. And what? Not a Blu-ray. It's actually a DVD I got. It's called The Loved Ones. Came out in 2009, and I had seen a trailer probably around the same time, 2009, 2010. I had waited for it to come out for a real long time. It never came out on Blu-ray. It's only in Blu-ray in Germany and Australia, because it is an Australian film. And so it's always an expensive DVD. It was always going for $30, and I was like, well, I'm not going to pay $30 for a DVD. But it was on sale for $5 at Walmart for the Halloween special, so I had to pick it up right away. And I did end up watching it. So what it is about a girl who's going to high school with this guy, and she asks him to prom, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't, I've been taken already, right? And basically, her and her father kidnap him, and then have their own special prom, which includes strapping him to a chair, basically drugging his vocal cords so he sounds like a weird demon, and then putting knives through his feet. It is kind of a torture film, and so it's a pretty good movie. It does have like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't usually use it too much as a Metacritic, but it seems like a lot of people do enjoy it, and it was pretty good. I'm not a huge horror aficionado, so I don't really know too much about horror movies, and can't comment on whether it's that great or inventive, but it was enjoyable as a horror movie. Anyways, that's basically it. That's my video for the week. I'm sure I have plenty more to review, and I will be getting more during the week. So I'll be back soon. If you have any questions, any comments, you can answer in the comment section. If you have any recommendations, definitely let me know. I'm always excited to check out new movies. And I'm going to post all the IMDb links in the comments in the box below, just if you guys are interested in any of these movies. And I'll also post a link to Twilight Time if you guys are interested in checking out their Blu-rays and whatnot. All right, well, thanks a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.